Hello and welcome to Pricing College with your hosts, Aidan Campbell
and Joanna Wells.
In today's podcast, we are going to cover 5 reasons why cost plus pricing may not be that good.
Yes, before we touched upon cost plus pricing, looking at some of the benefits, and we said, it seems to be rigorous, fair, and logical. So today we're going to look at some reasons why maybe you shouldn't use cost plus pricing.
I think we picked a nice odd number, like 5, and that means that Joanna drew the short straw. So she has to do 3 reasons, and I only do 2.
Okay, let's start off with 1. So really, cost plus pricing can be an overly complex cost allocation formula. So it looks at, both fixed and variable costs to set a cost position, which basically means that it tries to allocate all these different costs across the product portfolio. So if you've got hundreds of different products, that's going to be very complex.
Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 for me is that it tends to lead to a complete lack of innovation or financial benefit to innovating. So if you think about a product, say you're manufacturing a telephone, and it's a new smartphone, and you charge a 20% markup on that as your profit through cost plus pricing. In that scenario, say you find a new technology, a new method of making the telephone that means it's half as expensive to manufacture. Does that mean that you should cut your selling price by 50%? In that scenario, innovation will actually destroy your business.
And just going from the point I made, so it's a very complex cost allocation formula, but yet the markup on the cost formula is really simplistic, a percentage markup on costs. So it really takes away a lot of that hard work. Why would you do, very complex cost accounting and then just sort of make up a margin on top? It doesn't really make much sense.
I'll just comment on that one, Joanna. That was point number 3. I think, it's financial people love cost plus pricing because it seems to be very rigorous and factual, and then you just make up a margin.
Yeah, and that margin fundamentally means you either, overcharge your customers or undercharge your customers.
I actually think that was point 5, but I'm going to go with my point number 4. So my point number 4 is that when you practice cost plus pricing and your customers know about it, especially if they're, aggressive procurement style customers who know how to drive down price, if they know that you practice cost plus pricing, they're going to want to know, I think it's the worst thing. Any salesperson, when they start asking about an open book or seeing your cost structure, warning bells should definitely be ringing. I think I remember I worked in a sales business, and when the customer said, we only make 4% margin, why should you be making 15%? We want you to make 4 as well. And it's when they know what your cost structure is, it's a real trouble for you.
And I suppose a last one would be that cost plus pricing really doesn't take account of the market. It really doesn't look at the relationship between price and volume on costs. Really just focuses on that pure accountancy view in the spreadsheet, and sort of misses out on lots of the market dynamics. And unfortunately, because of that, you can have this great product innovation, but really using cost plus pricing, you can often undersell the innovation because you're not really looking at the value of the offer and adding that additional price premium that you deserve, underselling yourself.
Yeah, I think we'll leave it there. I suppose just a final point from me is if you really believe in your product, want to give more value to your customers, really improve their lives, cost plus is not a great way to do it.
No, there's really a lot of different methods now. We've really moved on from that basic sort of cost plus markup, and we're going to discuss those different methods in future episodes.
Infinite future episodes. Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks a lot.